Welcome, everybody, to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington football team. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a play fake. Brady. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. It's Hill, complete. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Now Jones. And going deep for Hill. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Throwing Jones. And he wisely will throw that one away. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that?
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Brady. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I've really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. We're scoreless after 1. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. It's a 1st down and more for Gibson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Brady. The throw complete to the tight end, Tonyan.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 42. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
So now a fresh set of downs. Roughing the passer. Here's Brady to throw. And Thomas has it. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 23. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. He's got a man complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tyreek Hill, 89 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Brady. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So, CD, you talk about this football team. Some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward. Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open, and when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes our score 17-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 1st down, Brady. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Brady. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And out of bounds right around the 20. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On second down, a run with Gibson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Brady now on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Now Brady. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And they're going to have a first down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off play action. Jones. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Anthony Averett picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Brady. Finding Gibson on the slant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Again, it's Brady. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Hands it off out of the gun. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Gibson. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
This is caught. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there. That's about it. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Again, it's Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st down, Jones. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now Jones on 1st down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Jones. And his throw is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Cameron Curl, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Brady now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
Hey, 66. 51. Here we go. Hey, Mike, let's go.
Brady to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Brady going to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Now it's the backup Mariota. That one is slant to McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a two-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. Jones from the gun on third down. He is going to find Hill here. And out across midfield down to the 45.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, he's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? From the gun, Jones. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. 2nd and 5 now. Mariota. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Mariota. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Here's Mariota. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Mariota dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Giants, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Washington, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for our entire